Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. This is the Choppin' It Up Show, brought to you by the Marching Podcast and Blog Talk Radio. I'm your official Marching Podcast announcer, David Thompson, and here's your host, a Phantom Podcaster himself, Joe Beard.
All right, good evening and welcome to Choppin' It Up. I am your host, Joe Beard, and happy to be of service for you tonight. Today is September 10th, 2013, 6 o'clock on the West Coast and 9 o'clock on the East Coast. We appreciate all those listening live and or listening to the podcast form, whether through iTunes, Blog Talk Radio, or through our website. At the end of this broadcast, if you decide you like the show, then we appreciate a donation to the network if you feel so in your heart, of course. Just simply go to themarchingpodcast.com and click on the donate button to help improve the show and help build our scholarship fund. Well, we are in the month of September, and it's a celebration. It's a celebration this month. I talked about last week all of the different things that we are celebrating this month. For one, we are in full swing of the marching band season, and definitely check out the Marching Podcast Network and the 90 Degree Show on Sundays at 8 p.m. Eastern. And make sure you go to our website, themarchingpodcast.com, and vote on our Week 2 matchup winner. The Week 2 matchup that we have on the website is Florida A&M versus Tennessee State. And Tennessee State has been a lot on there, and I'm sure that they'll be on for this upcoming weekend in Memphis against Jackson State. So please go to the website and vote on who you think won that battle. I'll read the results this Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern on the 90 Degree Show. I talked about this last week, but, I talked about my grandmother's being born this month, my son and myself, and our blog. Tomorrow, September 11th, will be our 2-year anniversary of our blog, and we are very excited about that. That's right, we have a round of applause. Really excited about 2 years going because, that's what started all of this. The blog was the first installation of giving back to the world, and I'm happy to say it's going well. And it's been a great way to document what I'm doing here, also for legal purposes. So please go to the blog address. It's blog4.themarchingpodcast.com, and you will see an email box for you to put your email and to follow the blog. So just enter your email in that box and hit the follow button, and then you will become official follower of our blog. So definitely please do that. And in celebration of that this month, we're chopping it up every week. And similar to how we did things in May with our Blog Talk Radio anniversary. And last week we chopped it up with my homeboy from St. Louis and DeAnthony Smotherman. And tonight we will be chopping it up with James McDaniel. James is the owner and founder of BandTubeHD.com. BandTube is a channel that shows HBCU-style show bands. Their mission is to provide the band world with the highest quality in marching band videos. Just like the 8 to 5 guys, I wanted to reach out to some of the people that are putting these videos out on the internet because it allows me to do what I do here with the 90 Degree Show. And it gives me, allows me to keep current with what's going on way back down south while I'm all the way out here in California. So these people should be commended for what they're doing. And tonight we're going to meet James. This will be a podcast, but we'll still accept your calls at 718-664-6025. You can email the show, marchingpodcast@gmail.com, tweet us at marchingpodcast, or follow our blog, blog4.themarchingpodcast.com. Let's take this time to hear from our sponsors this evening. Tonight's show is brought to you by Liquid Effects Photography, Block Band Music, bandhead.org, and Big Deal Fundraising. Let's take the time to hear from them now.
What if there was a Facebook for bands? Wait a minute, there is. Bandhead.org. Bandhead.org is a social network for HBCU show bands. You can create your own profile and post videos, photos, and comments on Bandhead.org. Need somewhere to post events, audition schedules, job postings? Check out Bandhead.org. Are you recruiting for talent? Go to Bandhead.org. And coming this fall, HBCUbands.com. Write that down, HBCUbands.com. Attention high school directors and alumni. Does your band need to raise money to travel, buy instruments, or uniforms? Are you looking to raise money to help your band? Well, Big Deal Fundraising is rapidly becoming one of the largest distributors of fundraising products in the industry. Big Deal is based in New York City and ships anywhere in the United States, offering quality products, fast delivery, and innovative consultation that will help you meet your fundraising goals. Call today at 855-244-4430 or visit us at BigDealFundraisingUSA.com. Big Deal Fundraising, your fundraising partner for your band or music ensemble. Block Band is a minority-owned music business that you can think of as your assistant band director. We help grow your musicians with a great selection of traditional concert band music. Then we back up their performance with necessities like reeds, oil, drum heads, drumsticks, and mallets. Finally, we outfit your players in auxiliary and shoes, spats, and gloves that match our precise custom drills. Got band? If so, then Block Band's got you. Check blockbandmusic.com or call us at 919-698-2560. That's blockbandmusic.com, 919-698-2560. Having an anniversary party, birthday party, or better yet, you're about to marry that special someone? Liquid Effects Photography is the perfect choice to immortalize all your most special moments. With 10 years of dependable professional service that can deliver from the conventional to the best in cutting-edge technology and creativity. Come experience the uniqueness of Liquid Effects Photography. We serve the entire upper Midwest and will travel further upon request. Come check us out at liquideffects.com. That's LIQUIDEFFEX.com. Or call us at 773-454-5556. That's 773-454-5556.
Okay, we are back and we are ready to chop it up now with James. Again, if you would like to call in and express yourself about James and or BandTube.com, BandTubeHD.com, you can do so with the number on your screen. You see there, 718-664-6025, and we'll take those calls immediately after the conclusion of the interview. So now, without further ado, James McDaniel. All right, you're now with the Marching Podcast, and we are here now with James McDaniel, the founder and owner of BandTube.com and BandTubeHD.com. How you doing today, James?
I'm doing great. That you're having me on the show. We try to do the best we can with what we have in marketing bands the way that we do, and helping them market themselves, because especially in a positive light, especially with what's been going on in the band world, especially all the HBCUs. So we try to do the best we can. But I really appreciate you having me on the show to give us a little bit more exposure than we already had.
Yeah, man, definitely. I was, just talking. I had the 8 to 5 guys on, and I was basically, you guys are, you pretty much fueled my show when I started. I wanted to have a podcast about, the battles, and, thank goodness to the internet and YouTube, I'm able to see them, but I was mostly looking at you guys' videos, the two of you guys, so I really wanted to make sure that I talked and I interviewed you guys and showed you some love, because, without your work, I wasn't able to critique the bands, and I wouldn't have had a show, you know what I'm saying? I'm all the way out here in California, so I just can't get in the car and go to Greensboro, Greensboro, you know what I'm saying? So,
right.
I appreciate it. So, we'll get right into it. James, where are you from?
I am originally from Atlanta, Georgia, born and raised.
Oh, okay.
From here, I'm a young guy. I'm on 23, so I haven't really done much, but I attended ReMax High School in Stone Mountain, Georgia. I started marching there actually in middle school before I even got to high school. They had a little program where they let the middle schoolers actually come up and march with them. So I marched at ReMax from 2002 all the way up until 2008 is when I graduated my senior year. What really struck me really big with bands was, of course, that I was a part of the drumline era. I know I get flack for that. But I was a part of the drumline era, but one of my good friends from middle school was actually a part of Redan high school marching band. And he'd go on and on and on about it, and he showed me videos and everything. So I was like, you know what, that looks like something I like to get into. Before I got into bands, I was a big sports guy. But as soon as I saw what could be possible as far as, scholarships and pay money into school and all the things that would become available to me just from learning how to play an instrument, it really struck me deeply in my person, as a musical person myself, because my mother was actually a singer. It really struck me to go into band, and she was all for it. There was no questions asked. As soon as I said I wanted to get into it, within a week, my grandmother, who supported me heavily, who's actually deceased now, within a week, she bought me a brand new instrument, professional saxophone. Cost about $200. And after that, I was in it, and it's gotten me to where I am today, so I'm extremely grateful.
That's outstanding, man. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Right.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just going to continue with that. After I left Redan, I actually went to Florida University. I went there. I was the freshman class of 2008, so I was there with 2 months, almost 500-piece band. I played the sousaphone there. And it was a blast. I loved every moment of, being there. Especially, we did so many things, performing for the Miami Dolphins. I got to march in the inauguration parade for Barack Obama, the first one. It was a historical moment. I still have all the pictures and my badge from the presidential inauguration. It's something I can cherish, for the rest of my life, to be able to do kids, grandkids. There's not many people that can say that they were able to do that, especially for his first term. And it was it struck me deeply when I was able to do that, and I'm extremely grateful for what band has done for me. Unfortunately, after that year, my family ran into some financial troubles, so I actually had to return home and help my mother with my little brother, because it was just me, her, and my little brother at the time. So I came home to help them out and make sure that, the family was okay. But I did actually end up having to leave school. I eventually ended up going to get back in. I did not attend family again. I didn't really have the money to attend there anymore. But I went somewhere else and started majoring in digital media, which is what you see me doing now at BandTube HD. And eventually went on to get my degree in that, and I'm continuing that as far as social media is concerned. Not very much else to learn with that, but that's where I am now. As far as BandTube HD is concerned, it's something about school. I knew that it might be something I wouldn't be able to do again as far as marching, but I definitely wanted to continue to spread the word about marching bands and, the excellence that, especially how HBCUs bring to the table. So I thought of this crazy idea. When I was in high school, I was a moderator for one of my good friends and the co-founder of BandTube HD, David Norman. I was a moderator on one of his forums, marching forums. And I came to him, I was like, you know what? I love YouTube. There's not enough band videos on YouTube. At the time, all we had was really Tape Master. And Tape Master had all the videos, basically of everyone, everywhere, at any time. And I was like, I want to find a way to try how to consolidate things just for us. A place just where we can go and if I want to look at this video of this band, you can go there and it'll all be there for you. You won't have to do any random searches. It won't be all over places where most band videos were as far as YouTube at the time. So in July of 2009, I brought that idea to my friend David, and he thought it was great. I said, let's start BandTube. And from there, we've grown from 3 to 4 subscribers with, borrowed videos from a couple of people that I knew because I wasn't recording at the time. And now we're, at well over almost 4,000 subscribers on YouTube, almost 1,300 followers on Facebook and or Twitter. And we're pumping out media to the people with the amount annually of about 104,000 people. So we've grown from just an idea of me being a kooky college kid that wanted to continue with marching band to a full-fledged nonprofit organization that tries to help the HBCUs in any way they can, revenue or just getting them out there and promoting them for them to be able to do more things, more great things that they can cherish and other type of stuff. And like you were saying, with being in California, you're unable to view a lot of the bands personally. And what I was going to mention about that topic is I can't enough how many messages I get just on YouTube where people are constantly mothers, aunties, because a lot of them are unable to travel to their local games. A lot of these people are coming from, well out of the South to attend these HBCUs to continue their musical careers in the band. I get messages all the time saying, thank you so much for, recording this, especially on the quality that I can. They're actually able to, be able to see their kids understand. It may not be something that they can see personal up close, but with the quality that I provide, I try to do the best that I can. So, every viewing angle is possible for these people to be able to view their loved ones performing and, protecting their craft and doing what they love to do. So that's something that I greatly appreciate from all the fans of BandTube. They really let us know, that they love what we do. They support us a great deal.
That's actually really cool. You actually answered a lot of all my questions. We usually go over the things that we're going to talk about before we record, and it was all good. You gave me a good synopsis. So I really appreciate that. Really interesting story, man. I didn't know you had the financial problems and you had to go back home, but you persevered and you still made it out, so that's outstanding, man, and that's definitely something that I want the young people to understand that you did. So going back to FAM, you marched at FAM. What would you say, your most memorable experience when you were marching with the 100?
It had to be, it's a combination of things. It had to be our march downtown where we did a parade downtown to the voting office to allow, not really allow, but we did a parade downtown for all the students to go vote downtown in downtown Tallahassee. And that was a great moment. And then the announcement of Barack Obama winning, we actually were in the middle of the university, and of course, ready to play when they announced that he had won. So that was going crazy. And then also receiving the phone call from the White House asking us to actually be present at the inauguration, that was absolutely priceless for me. Because I have, everyone has loved ones that have moved on and haven't, been able to this moment, a historical moment where we've had an African-American president. And me being the age I was, like I said, I was a freshman, the first president I ever voted for and who won was an African-American. And I actually was able to go to this person's inauguration. With hard work, I wasn't going to say for free because we did promotional things to be able to get that huge band to be able to go up there and go.
Right.
But, and so it wasn't for free. It took hard work, dedication, fundraising, just like anyone else. But we were able to go and cherish that moment with, everyone else that was there and with the president. And he enjoyed us coming through. That moment was probably the biggest one for me while I was at Florida A&M. It definitely was. Nothing bigger than that. Nothing. Because I look at that as if I wasn't here at that moment, if I hadn't chosen that school to go to, if I didn't receive, any type of scholarship money, anything like that, if I had never picked up a horn, I would never be there.
Right.
Never.
Right. That's really a good point.
I owe it all to, music, all my teachers that taught me from middle school all the way up through the college with Dr. White and Dr. Chipman. I definitely owe it all to them for being able to help me go, gain that experience and everything that I've known today. And also provide what I have now for bands. Because anybody can pick up a camera and record bands. We've seen it done everywhere. But to be able to know what band head wants to see and wants to hear is different from that experience and knowledge. And that's what I've gained. Because like I say, any film crew can get up and, record a band. All of them can. ESPN can do it. But it's different between what they do and what I do. They can record the band and shoot them and display them, but I can showcase them, the best of their ability and what they can actually do.
That's what's up, man. So you finished FAM, and like you said, you got through your times. You created BandTube. What year was your first year, I guess, in business?
It was in 2009.
2009?
2009.
Okay.
Right. It was when I actually created BandTube. Like I said, I had a couple of friends that I knew that actually were into recording already. So I would ask them, can I borrow this video? I just wanted to do a consolidation of videos, of all band videos from HBCUs at that point, because I didn't have, the money at the time to, get around and start buying equipment to record my own videos. It came at one point where I ended up doing that, where I could buy more things, but I still didn't have enough to get the type of equipment that I wanted. So I asked a loved one of mine for a loan, and they approved it. They let me get a loan, so I got my first HD camera. It was a Sony, and I started recording from then. And from there, it shot up. Business got a little bit better for where I was working, so I got a promotion. I ended up selling that camera, getting an even better one. And then after that, it rose to a point where I ended up in DSLR, which is what I shoot and record with now. And that cost me quite a bit of money, but I didn't feel like I needed to spare any expense for the quality that I was trying to bring to people that I was trying to support. And even at this time, I don't charge any money for what I shoot. Everything doable. And you can, I don't know if there's any like YouTube downloaders, but if you can download it, you can download it. Even for the band directors, especially ones that give us special permission to come in and record. I know I've done some work for Mr. Wells, especially for this season. All of that footage is going to be rendered out for him for their personal use. If they're going to make a website, they want to send it in to the NFL to try to get them showcasing some halftime shows to the NFL. Anything they can dream of, they can take that footage and take it anywhere, and it's going to be top notch in the best quality. And that's what we go for. When we do that, we don't charge them anything for that.
That's awesome, man. That's actually really, really good. You talked about starting the business. What was an obstacle, or if you had a couple of obstacles, what was a hard part about getting the ball rolling, so to speak?
The main thing I had to worry about was transportation. How am I going to get around? Work schedule. Because a lot of people, they want their weekends off. So where I was working, there was battle for weekends off, but I had some of the greatest bosses, I guess I could say, in the world as well, and some great employees. I was always a good guy. So, they lend their weekends to me. If it's a really big event that I really wanted to go to, they give it to me. No questions asked. I still have that to this day, thankfully, with my new job that I have. So I'm trying to move over to BandTube full-time. We're actually working on creating it as a nonprofit organization, and we're trying to go full-time with it and just provide band for everyone everywhere. We even want to move over to a lot of the PWCs and provide band videos for them as well. So it's no ends to what we can do here. We're just trying to make it happen. And I'm not going to give up until I see what I want fulfilled, and that's just how I am. I haven't given up thus far. There's been plenty of times I could give up. Like I said, transportation was the main one, because we have a lot of, me being stationed in Atlanta, everything really happens outside of Atlanta besides Honda and Atlanta Classic.
Yep.
So for everything else, I'm out of town.
Yeah.
So all the traveling, it's been years that I've definitely wanted to get to a lot of games that I just couldn't make. Surprisingly, well, I guess I shouldn't say surprisingly, in the band world, there are a ton of people that work everywhere. And since BandTube basically has almost become a household name, these people have reached out to me. We have people that from the band world that work at Delta. They want to give me free flyer miles just so I can go see these bands and put these videos up for them to view because they're unable to go. And it really shows the camaraderie between, bandsmen and musicians, to where people are offering their services that they don't have to for a person that they don't know, just because, I'm trying to do something to help the cause that can improve the quality, of all bands as far as getting them out there and promoting them. So I'm very grateful for all the people that have attempted to help me and continue to help me at this point. They've been wonderful, and I appreciate all of them as well. Wish I could give a thank you out to all of them. I'll probably actually have to make a list and do that at some point. But including you with the Marching Podcast, because you've been asking a lot before an interview. But all the exposure that we get is really appreciated because it goes towards these bands. It's not for us. A lot of people don't even know my name. They don't know who runs BandTube HD. When people see me, they're like, who is this guy with this camera? And then they'll come up afterwards on YouTube and they're like, okay, I walked past you. You were the one that was recorded because I remember this thing. And I'm like, yeah, it's me. And they're like, you own BandTube? I'm like, yeah, I own BandTube. Nobody even knows who I am. And that's almost kind of the way I really wanted to keep it. It's its own thing, and I want to keep it that way. It's not a face. It's not a face. It's just a front for HBCU bands to get out there and market themselves. When they put on the best shows, that's what I put out there for them. And it's off limits for me at all. If it was for me, I probably would quit a long time ago because if I understand, it takes a lot of money and a lot of time. You'll see a lot of people sometimes be like, I want to see Jimmy put it out quicker. And a lot of people don't understand, with the quality that I put out, it may be, let's say, it may be a 10 and a half time. Well, that 10 and a half time takes me about 24 hours of labor just to get out and get it on the quality that it needs to be, that I'm going to accept it at. Because if I'm not happy with it, it's not going to be put out. That's just how it works. So I'm going to make sure it's the best it can be, because I don't want to be the one to blame for, the bands being misshown to everyone. And they're like, okay, this is a bad video, and they want to blame it on me. I'm not going to have that. I'm only going to put out the best that I can here. And that's how I do things. So, a lot of people don't know how much time and money goes. If you may get media pass some places, we make money. Sometimes we have to pay for a ticket. We have to pay for parking. And on top of gas, just getting the place, it's not cheap. So those are some of the, main obstacles that we have to face. But I definitely don't take it to heart. I'm just giving back what, music has given to me. And it doesn't faze me at all. I do it all the time. It's just come natural at this point. It's just something that I have to do because I like doing it. If I didn't, trust me, I wouldn't spend all the time and the money that I do. I really wouldn't, but I love what I do. And I wish I could do it full time. Like I said, that's what we're working towards, to get better quality out for these bands and everything.
It's funny you say that because, I'm kind of at that crossroads too. I'm a software engineer, and my job is okay. I have a really good job with benefits and everything, but still, man, doing this, like interviewing, young, positive African American people like you, and having the show where we talk and discuss. Because I heard you say earlier you were a big sports fan. I'm the same way. I'm a huge sports fan, but I have the love for HBCU bands as well. So that ties in where I watch all that analysis of sports. I would like to see that and have that for, the HBCU bands. So I was like, man, I know I could do that all day. You know what I'm saying? You talk about doing it full time. It's like, yeah, I know I could do that all day. But yeah, it's just the work, and you talked about the obstacles and the investments that you've made that build the blocks to it. You started in 2009, but you're doing well. 3 years, that's a really good accomplishment after 3 years. And when you look at the broad scheme of things, that's a small amount of time. So we definitely are, going to support you here. We currently have your videos from the Honda on our website, and this is we're in the end of February now doing this. I know it'll it'll air later on this year, but currently, we have your videos there, so we support what you do, and we really appreciate what you do. Because, like I said, I wouldn't be able to do my show without and then having good quality too. Having good quality. It was important. But yeah, so I really appreciate what you're doing, James. I want to give you time to let the listeners follow all your information, Facebook, Twitter, your websites. So go ahead and give out all your information so we can start to support you.
Okay. Yeah, it's basically the same all the way around for any of the social media sites or YouTube. When you can go ahead and search just BandTube HD or BandTubeHD.com, and it'll come right up. We have so many followers at this point that it kind of generates itself, especially on YouTube. So if you start typing BandTube, it'll just automatically come up and you can click on it. So anything BandTube HD, that'll be Facebook, Twitter, and our YouTube pages. We also have BandTubeHD.com, which is the actual website where we post anything that we post on the actual YouTube pages. We'll post there. And we actually have some more extra stuff on the actual band website. There we allow kids to upload audition videos for band directors. And, every couple of months during the general audition season, we actually send those to get top 2 band directors for those to help them get, scholarships and everything like that. And like I said, once we try to get into the nonprofit side, once I can get that going for the actual organization, we actually want to start offering scholarships. And what really made me want to do this, even before the whole BandTube HD idea came to my head, so reaching back, I was thinking about my grandmother who, selflessly, just at my whim, I just said, I want to play an instrument. This is what I know I can do. This is what I can accomplish and further my life. And without blinking an eye, she went out and bought me an instrument. And so any scholarship that I'm going to have in place for bands, once it's up and running, it will be, in honor of her and in honor of her name for helping me to get where I am today. Because, like I said, I don't know where I would be, without my family's support and everything that they've done for me. I mean, the countless hours they've spent, booster meetings everywhere, the money that was spent on all my instruments, mouthpieces, everything. People don't understand. Well, they won't understand until the end. Not like how I did. As a kid, you're young, you're running through everything. Everything is moving really fast. But when you sit down and look back at how much your family has done for you, especially being in, a musical organization, or how much just anybody, band directors, other booster parents, because there were a lot of parents off of us. We all called them mom and dad as well. If you ever needed anything, if my mom wasn't around, just a text. You look back at all of that and you really realize how much, was, just given to you just for you doing something positive and trying to better yourself in life. And it astonishes me on a daily basis when I think about it. But yeah, back to the scholarship. That scholarship would definitely be my grandmother for helping me to where I am today, because I couldn't imagine where I'd be without her buying me my instrument, all the people that influenced me to get in the band. Going to my first Honda one year. I can't remember what year it was, but I went to Honda. I was really young at the time. My aunt took me, and I was just amazed at all the bands there. Amazed. I definitely knew it was something that I wanted to get into myself. It's something about standing in front of 60,000 people and all of them loving what you do.
Yeah, that's the truth.
A camaraderie with the people, all the people next to you on the field. You have 120 or 500 people next to you. It's something that you guys work hard for to be able to, bring revenue in for the schools, of course, but also to just give people a good time. Good times are hard to come by now. It's really rough right now. So just to be able, to put a smile on a kid's face. When I was a fan, I signed autographs. I've taken pictures with people's kids in my uniform. it's crazy, but it's all for the people. It's all to make them happy. And as far as being a bandsman, it's a lot of times it's not all about the music. It's about you portraying yourself in a positive light to other people, and that impacting more people that, hey, maybe come join the band, or follow the band, or sponsor the band. It all comes around positive, and it's nothing like that to me. It's one of the best feelings in the world.
Well, that's what's up, James, man. I really appreciate it, man. You definitely have a good head on your shoulders. We want to do the same as far as the Marching Podcast is concerned. We want to create scholarships as well, especially, like I said, being out here in California, especially for kids, the young African-American youth out here, basically who, they don't have the exposure to the black colleges. We just aired an interview with Melita Wilson. She has the HBCU campus tours that takes kids, from the Southern California area back down south. But then you got to think about if someone says, hey, I want to go to a black school, it's then a huge financial commitment. Outside, even if they get a scholarship, they still have to go all the way from Cali to like Texas or Cali to North Carolina. You know what I mean? So we definitely want to get involved in the scholarships as well. So we'll definitely be in contact with you in the future. We really appreciate your time. And just one last time before we get out of here, go ahead and give us your information so we can go and go support you.
Okay. Thank you, man. On the HD, you can find us on YouTube at either BandTube.com. That's spelled all the way out. That's BandTubeDotcom, or BandTubeHD.com. The same thing, spelled all the way out, just with HD and afters. We have two channels, a secondary channel and a primary channel. We're trying to build up the secondary channel right now. We're doing pretty well. We're almost at 1,000 subscribers. We're trying to get a little bit of. We're trying to do some giveaways and everything next year. So if you're not, for all the listeners, if you're not subscribed to it, go ahead and subscribe. There's some great things we'll be giving away for people to be winning for next season that's coming up. Let's see, with the Facebook, same thing. You can just look BandTube HD, and it should pop right up your search bar. It'll be a fan page. It won't be a group. We don't have a group. We're thinking about starting one. Not too sure yet. But it'll be BandTube HD. That'll be the fan page that you can like us at. Anytime we ever do any events, that's the first place it'll be uploaded other than to YouTube, because we upload it up to YouTube first. And once it's done uploading, we'll shoot it over to that. And with that, we know most people hang out on Facebook all the time. So as soon as we load it into Facebook, if you like our Facebook page, it shoots it straight over to your wall, and you'll be able to do it from there. And also with Twitter, same thing. It'll just be BandTube HD. You can just search for it. It'll come right up, and you'll be able to follow us for any upcoming dates. Like I said, giveaways we'll be doing, and any type of information that anyone will need to know from us as far as video footage and anything like that.
Okay, yeah, I wanted to just double check. I just shared something on my page as well for the Marching Podcast. I thought I liked all of the band HBCU band stuff, but I hadn't liked your BandTube HD yet, so I just did that. So, like I said, James, we'll be in contact, and we really appreciate you being doing the interview with us.
Okay, no problem. I wanted to add one more thing with the Facebook fan page. If there's anything that anyone in the marketing world would like to get out, there's upcoming events that maybe we don't know about, you can also post on the wall there. And if it's, if it's something significant, we'll make sure to repost it so it sends out to all of the people that's liking us, which is, like I said, I'm 1,300 people now on Facebook, and it'll all show up on their wall for them to be able to view it. So if there's anything huge in the marching world, any news anybody would like to share, they can feel free to post on our wall on our Facebook page, and we'll be sure to put it out for them.
All right. Sounds good, James. I really appreciate it.
All right, we're back live, and we want to thank James for his time for the interview. Really good dude. That's what I'm saying. He's really young. When I first talked to him, I thought he was a lot older than that. Just assuming that he was, but just really cool for all the things that he's doing, and it's always nice to hear that our young people are doing progressive things. If you're interested in becoming a sponsor or a patron to the Marching Podcast, please contact the show, and we will give you the criteria so that we can start to pub your business using our platform. We will play your commercial. We will post your website on our blog, and we will help you send out all your information through social media. So contact. Wow, need to get through it, man. Contact us so we can help build your business. Again, you are welcome to call in tonight during the commercial break. We always have one commercial break before we sign off for the night. You're welcome to call in, and we'll hear from you. Also, too, one thing before we start our sponsors, before we sign out, tomorrow it will be the That's What I'm Talking About show coming back on. The show will be about swag or social decline. So go ahead and tune in tomorrow to the Martian Podcast Network at blogtalkradio.com/Martian Podcast. It will be 9 o'clock Eastern Time. Go ahead and click back and listen to really good conversation. I'm interested to see about what David and Howard are going to have to say. They're old. You know what I'm saying? And I guess I'm getting old too. But, I'm really interested to see, if there's going to be any young people to respond or, middle age. It's just going to be a really, really interesting thing, from the things we see young people doing nowadays. And I already could say that, things that I thought were cool, I've probably outgrown to this point. But we're really interested to hear in that conversation tomorrow night. So we'll hear from our sponsors. And like I said, anyone's free to call in and, express yourself about tonight. And then we'll go ahead and wrap up the show. So let's hear from them before we end.
Having an anniversary party, birthday party, or better yet, you're about to marry that special someone? Liquid Effects Photography is the perfect choice to immortalize all your most special moments. With 10 years of dependable professional service that can deliver from the conventional to the best in cutting-edge technology and creativity. Come experience the uniqueness of Liquid Effects Photography. We serve the entire upper Midwest and will travel further upon request. Come check us out at liquideffects.com. That's LIQUIDEFFEX.com. Or call us at 773-454-5556. That's 773-454-5556. Block Band is a minority-owned music business that you can think of as your assistant band director. We help grow your musicians with a great selection of traditional concert band music. Then we back up their performance with necessities like reeds, oil, drum heads, drumsticks, and mallets. Finally, we outfit your players and auxiliary in shoes, spats, and gloves that match our precise custom drills. Got band? If so, then Block Band's got you. Check blockbandmusic.com or call us at 919-698-2560. That's blockbandmusic.com, 919-698-2560. Attention high school directors and alumni. Does your band need to raise money to travel, buy instruments, or uniforms? Are you looking to raise money to help your band? Well, Big Deal Fundraising is rapidly becoming one of the largest distributors of fundraising products in the industry. Big Deal is based in New York City and ships anywhere in the United States, offering quality products, fast delivery, and innovative consultation that will help you meet your fundraising goals. Call today at 855-244-4430 or visit us at BigDealFundraisingUSA.com. Big Deal Fundraising, your fundraising partner for your band or music ensemble. What if there was a Facebook for bands? Wait a minute, there is. Bandhead.org. Bandhead.org is a social network for HBCU show bands. You can create your own profile and post videos, photos, and comments on Bandhead.org. Need somewhere to post events, audition schedules, job postings? Check out bandhead.org. Are you recruiting for talent? Go to bandhead.org. And coming this fall, HBCUbands.com. Write that down, HBCUbands.com. Are you ready for this year's College Battle of the Bands? Well, look no further than the 90 Degree Show, brought to you by the Marching Podcast. Every Sunday during the college football season at 8 p.m. Eastern, we recap the most intriguing battles of the weekend and give you, the listener, an opportunity to voice your opinion on the battle by calling into the show and talking with our panelists. Check us out on Sundays at 8 p.m. Eastern at blogtalkradio.com/marchingpodcast. The 90 Degree Show, the world's first and only interactive HBCU band podcast show.
All right. Well, we want to go ahead and thanks to everyone for listening tonight, and I think we'll go ahead and wrap up the show. We want you to always check out our website and donate what's in your heart to themarchingpodcast.com. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter. Thanks to you for listening, and remember, the eye is a better pupil and more willing than the ear. Advice may be misleading, but examples are always clear. See you next time.